Hi guys, happy spring! If you've already been here, welcome back to my channel and thank you for continuing to watch me. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. So there's a few things going on astrology-wise. I'll put the timestamps in the description box below, so if you want to skip ahead to your reading, you can go right ahead. So there's been a lot of tense energies going on, if you all couldn't tell. I blame it on Mars squaring Neptune. So Mars is all about energy and drive. Neptune is all about dreams and fantasies, the spiritual realm. On the negative side, Neptune can also have to do with delusions and paranoia. The negative side of Mars can have to do with tempers flaring. Being accident prone, a lot of weird, unexpected things happening, and it can feel pretty similar to the Mercury retrograde energy that seems to get blamed for everything. Trust me, guys, Mercury retrograde is not the worst thing that can happen astrologically. For some people it is, though. So when there's an energy that's normally perceived as negative, there's always going to be some kind of way to deal with it positively or take advantage of it. At least the best you can, anyhow. So Mars having to do with passion, energy, and drive, Neptune having to do with the spiritual realm and dreams. Some of you have been making a conscious effort to make your dreams into reality. Also with Venus going into Taurus, that has to do with aesthetics, your values, friendships, partnerships. Taurus is ruled by Venus, so it is exalted in this position, meaning it's in a happy spot for where it is. Also could have to do with spending money. So that being connected to the energy of taking advantage of your dreams, maybe some of you have been sitting on an idea about making a purchase that you've been thinking about. Maybe some of you are purchasing a new home, putting a down payment on a car that's a little bit more reliable. Taurus energy is also connected to structure and reliability, as well as growth and nurturing energy. Maybe you've been thinking about upgrading your phone for a while and you got a different phone. Things like that, where an old way of something wasn't working and you've upgraded in some way or another. I mean, you can do that anytime. It doesn't just have to be with the energy that's going on right now. So we've got 3 different piles to choose from. So I will pause the video so you can get a chance to look at the different piles, and then we'll go ahead and get some readings here for you today. Alright, so we have 3 piles to choose from. I know it's hard to see really well. So for pile 1, we have a nice juicy piece of some strawberry quartz. For pile 2, we have moonstone. This actually looks like a combination of gray and peach moonstone. It kind of reminds me of one of those tortoiseshell cats that's, black and looks like it got into a bunch of paint. It's a really unique piece. So that's pile 2. And then for pile 3, we have some pink tourmaline. And I'll pause the video and give you a moment to decide on which crystal you're drawn to the most. Pile 1, strawberry quartz. Pile 2, moonstone. And pile 3, pink tourmaline. Alright, pile 1, if you chose the strawberry quartz and the animism deck, this will be your reading. Let me angle this a little bit more so you can see the cards a little better. We'll get a few shuffles here for pile 1 and see what we've got. And I forgot to mention in the beginning of my video, I actually have been taking some tarot courses. I've been reading tarot for a long time, since I was a teenager. So I have there's a tarot card reader that's online. He's one of my favorite readers, one of my favorite online readers anyhow. His name is Rich Lopp. He also talks about the law of attraction, which in my opinion, I think that's super important. So if you're interested in reading tarot, he's literally giving courses for $11.11. I went ahead and bought it and took the course. So you get it in your email. I'll link it in the description box below, so if you're interested in learning how to read, you'll have access to it. So it's a series of mini pre-recorded videos that goes to your email. It's about 3 hours worth of material, but you can pause it and go back to it whenever you want. I don't know anyone that would be able to take in 3 hours worth of material all at once. It's a lot. Even though I already know how to read for the most part, it doesn't hurt to add a little extra to sharpen my skills, so check it out. I'll link that description if that's something you're interested in. Got a lot of cards flying out today. And so I'm doing some different spreads. That's probably not what you're used to, if you even pay attention to how the spreads go anyhow. So overall energy at the bottom of the deck here for pile 1, we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. So I think that the person that you're thinking about is watching you, but they're not coming forward and actually communicating with you. Alright, so in the heart of the reading here, we have the Five of Cups. Some of you might be getting over a loss of some sort. Maybe there was a breakup, or you recently lost your job, left your job. It may be talking about possibly even losing a loved one. So we've got Queen of Cups, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Let's see, Queen of Wands in the reverse, Nine of Swords, the Emperor, King of Swords, and Temperance in the reverse. So a lot of you, I would say that between you and this person that you're thinking about, you're more emotional and they have more mental energy. Intellectual energy, and they may be making more of a head over heart decision. And with that King of Swords here, you could be dealing with an air sign, possibly an Aquarius, or maybe that's your energy. Yeah, and I think with the differing of your energy, something is out of balance with that Temperance in the reverse. A lot of you have been having trouble sleeping at night. It could be because of that weird Mars squaring Neptune energy, or it could be having to do with this person. With that Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, a lot of you feel like you're not as financially independent as you'd like to be at the moment, and there's been a delay in something starting regarding possibly a new job. I think maybe some of you are in between jobs right now, and you're really down about it, or something hasn't been feeling right to you at your current job. Everybody gets stressed out about work, no matter who you are and how much you love your job. There's always going to be stress at work, no matter what way you cut it. But I think for a lot of you, it's been more than usual in what you would consider normal. And with that Emperor in the upright, you could have some Aries energy in your chart, or they could. You could be dealing with a male figure, you could be dealing with authority, something of that nature may be stressing you out. So if we're talking about a person in a love situation, what actions are they gonna take? So we have the happy squirrel in reverse, so that's something that's just unique to this deck. So that tells me that they're not really taking any action. They're just kind of watching you from afar, which, if it's done in excess too much, that's immature energy right there. Or maybe they're nuts, haha, no pun intended. And what kind of outcome can I get for pile 1? And forgive me if this isn't making any sense. I'm doing some new things here as far as the spread goes and applying new knowledge that I learned to the cards. So what kind of outcome can we expect for pile 1? We've got the Tower. So there's a lot of shakeups that are necessary in order to enter the new chapter in your life, or it's something that just happened. An old chapter is going to come, everything's going to come crumbling down, and that will give you the opportunity for a fresh start, to start from ground zero. And we've got the Eight of Swords. So some of you are not wanting to see the truth. The truth is there, but you're just not wanting to see it because it's difficult to accept. And we've got the Justice card. So it's telling you, you know, even though there's going to be shakeups and maybe a lot of shifting and a lot of changing going on, to not worry that the right decision is going to be made. And you may not end up with this person. There's either going to be a shakeup that'll bring you into a new chapter with that relationship, be it friendship or romantic. You know, maybe some of you are going to, you know, there's going to be a conversation that'll need to be had. That conversation will happen that will either bring you to the next level where you understand each other, and in order for that to happen, there's got to be the shakeups, or the shakeups will happen in order to move on from that person and enter a new chapter in your life. Either way, I mean, the universe isn't stupid. It knows what it's doing. It's just difficult to accept the changes that are going to happen, but it's telling you you're going to be okay. You might not like some of it, but once it's all over and the dust has settled, you'll be happy that it went the way that it did, because if it weren't for the shakeups, I mean, if you keep in mind, I don't know where this saying came from, so I can give proper credit, but I love the saying of, the breakdown always happens before the breakthrough. So no matter what you're going through, keep that in mind. Now, there's some things that happen where there's no explanation for it at all, and there's no way around it, that it just sucks, period. You know, and you just have to work through it, and there's gonna be brighter days ahead. And if this doesn't make any sense for you, pile 1, check out another reading, check out another pile, see if that makes any sense for you. Well, pile 1, I hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and I hope that it's a good start to the new astrological new year with that Aries new moon. Hopefully any shakeups that happen, you know, will be over with soon, and I wish you the best of luck with everything. Thank you for watching. We'll move on to pile 2. Hi there, pile 2. If you chose the Moonstone heart, this'll be your reading. And this also is the Light Seers deck. So we'll get a few shuffles here and we'll see what's going on for pile 2. Also, it is the Aries new moon on March 21st, and we actually have 2 Aries new moons, so it's the first Aries new moon of a double new moon in Aries. I can't remember the exact date in April when the second new moon in Aries is, but I would say that the energy for new beginnings is amplified, so that could be something of significance for, I would say, the collective in general, and maybe specifically for you too, pile 2. And also, I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video, I went ahead and I took some tarot courses. I do have a lot of experience, but I thought it really doesn't hurt to add to it and sharpen my skills. So there's an online tarot reader that I really like. His name is Rich Lopp. He also specializes in the law of attraction, which I think is super important. So he's offering tarot courses literally for $11.11. I would say that it's something you would pay at least a few $100s for. I went ahead and I purchased the course, so it shows up in your email, and so it's about 3 hours worth of material, but there's several mini videos, and you can pause and go back at any time that you want. I don't know anybody that could sit through 3 hours of intense information that you're absorbing, so that's really nice that you can pause and go back to it. It's all a pre-recorded little mini videos. Definitely worth it. There was a lot that I learned that I never thought of before, just to kind of add to what I already know. So I'm doing some different spreads. There might be additional interpretations of the cards that I may have not stated before, so bear with me if I'm a little bit stumbly. This is the first time I'm doing a video with the new skills that I picked up. So one of the first cards that flew out of the deck, I already like at pile 2. So overall energy, we've got the 9 of Cups, emotional independence. A lot of you have learned how to make yourselves happy, where you feel like you're at peace, everything's coming together for you. And if you're laughing at me going, yeah, right, no way, there's a lot of chaos in my life, maybe the rest of the reading will make sense, and if not, see if another pile works for you. Alright, so let's see what we've got going on for pile 2. So in the heart of the reading, we have the King of Pentacles in the upright. So you may be feeling like you're coming into your power as far as your jobs and financials go. You may feel like you are solid. Maybe you've made some changes with your health. The Pentacles has all to do with healing. It has to do with work situations, and it also has to do with growth, abundance, and your health. You could also be dealing with an earth sign. You could be dealing with some very slow-moving energy. Like, maybe you know that the person cares for you, but it's moving at turtle speed. See, so we've got the Chariot in reverse, the 10 of Wands in the reverse, and the 2 of Swords. So I'm thinking what was going on is, in the past, you may have felt like you were stuck, like things weren't moving. And with that 10 of Wands in reverse, you've released a burden. And now, with the 2 of Swords, you're kind of at a standstill and at a crossroads thinking, okay, now where do I go? Where do I go next? You feel like you've brought it together financially for yourself, and you have the financial freedom or abundance or the resources to do more of the things you love, but now you're kind of sitting there like, okay, now what? Maybe you just recently became retired, possibly. May not make sense for everyone. And then we've got the Fool card. So maybe the ideas that you've thought of, you want to dive head first into it, but you're just kind of stopping and waiting. Like you're at the end of a diving board thinking like, ooh, should I do it? Should I do it? And then we've got that Page of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so if you're dealing with a possible love interest, I feel like the last pile got this. So Page of Swords in the reverse is the why talk when you can stalk card. This person's watching your social media, they're watching and analyzing every little thing that you do, but they're not coming forward and communicating with you. They're scrambling like crazy trying to see who you're talking to, see whose stuff you're putting likes on, watching your comments, watching your pictures to, see where you're going and what you're doing. But on the outside, with that King of Pentacles energy, they're moving slowly towards you. Why? I don't know. It seems like this is the day and age where people are watching, but they're not acting. And we've got with the Empress in reverse. So this person may be very, the Empress in reverse followed by the Emperor in reverse. I feel like this person's energy may be emotionally immature, and if you're not careful, they could bring you down with them. Or maybe the people that they're hanging out with has real immature energy, and it's affecting their friendship or relationship with you, and it's affecting how fast they're coming towards you. Well, if that's the way that they are, and outside influences, can determine their actions that much, is that really the kind of person you want to vibe with anyway? I wouldn't go for it if I were you. If this sounds like it's matching your situation, honestly, I would let that person go until they can learn how to grow up. If that's your situation, this may not match anything going on with you at all. And we've got the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, I think a lot of you are having a hard time deciding, should you wait for this person or should you let him go? I would say, you're emotionally independent right now. You really don't need this person. You really don't need anything on the outside to fulfill you, and you've learned that. And I think that you're going to go on adventures. You're going to enjoy life. You're going to enjoy your hobbies. And if this person wants to drop the immature facade, they will, without you having to influence them or have any kind of conversation with them at all. And if it's something that you have to say to them, that's ridiculous. Like, they should, come at you with emotional maturity anyways. You shouldn't have to tell them anything. If they're the person that's meant to be for you, they're gonna come to you on their own, and it'll come together naturally without you having to try so hard, to try to get them to open up their eyes or wait for them to see the light. You shouldn't have to do any of that. Actually, let me see. So what kind of outcome can we expect for pile? Actually, I keep switching it up. What kind of actions is this person gonna take towards pile 2? If this is a love situation or even friendship, I think it could work depending on the cards. Alright, so out of the deck right away, the Seven of Wands. Stand your ground, period. Stand your ground. You know who you are, you know what you bring to the table, and if they're not, bringing it and they're not showing up for you, you just stand there and you do you, and don't water yourself down or overextend yourself to fit them or to try to cater to them if they're not meeting you halfway. You stand your ground and you stay in your power. You already have the emotional independence where you'll totally be okay. If they want to step forward towards you, they will. Don't worry about them. You do you, and you worry about you. And what's the outcome that we can expect for pile 2? Ooh, so we've got the Ace of Cups. I love it. So, if this person doesn't come forward and they don't end up, having some sort of revelation to level up your friendship or relationship or whatever it is that you've got going on, no matter what, with this Ace of Cups here, there's new beginnings for you from an emotional sense. It could be self-love, or you may have a brand new person coming in. So either way, this is going to work out positively for you in the end. Either this person's going to wise up and realize that the way that they're behaving isn't working, without you having to, I mean, if you feel the need to communicate whatever it is towards them, do what feels right to you. You know, either they're going to realize their actions aren't aligning with what's going to work for the relationship, and maybe they'll have a revelation and they'll change. Doubtful, they usually don't. This could be a new beginning with a new romantic interest, or it could be self-love, fulfilling yourself emotionally without the need for another person. You know, or really appreciating your friendships more and just having fun with your friends. Either way, the outcome, I see nothing but positive things for you coming towards you, Pile 2. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed your reading, you have a great rest of your week, and you take advantage of this new moon in Aries energy, and I wish you nothing but luck and great new beginnings for you, and happy spring. Thank you, Pile 2. We'll move on to Pile 3 next. Hello there, Pile 3. If you chose the pink tourmaline with the Heavenly Blooms Tarot, this will be your reading. I also forgot to mention a few things in the beginning of the video. So we're headed into an Aries new moon on March 21st, and it is part of one of two of the Aries new moons, so we've got a double new moon in Aries. I can't remember the exact date of the second Aries new moon, so that enhances new beginnings type of energy, passion, action, getting things moving forward. And I also forgot to mention that I recently took some tarot courses. Although I'm experienced, I thought it wouldn't hurt to sharpen my skills and add extra to what I already know. So there's a tarot reader who I really like. His name is Rich Lop, and he's actually offering tarot courses online for literally $11.11. It's about 3 hours worth of material. I would say that you would normally pay at least a few $100 for something like that. So it's a lot of mini little pre-recorded videos, so you can pause it and go back to what you were watching at any time. Because I don't know about you, but I don't think that I could handle sitting 3 hours through, you know, and trying to absorb all of that at once. He also specializes in the law of attraction, which is super important. Most people think that they need tarot readings when in reality it's the law of attraction, that if they had knowledge of that, that would make it's life-changing. So if you're interested in becoming a reader yourself, I will link I'll put the link in the description box below where you can go ahead and purchase his online tarot course. So they email it to you and then you click the link in your email. Alright, what do we have for Pile 3? Also, I'm doing different spreads that I've never done before and applying my new skills, so if things seem a little bit bumpy, that's why, so bear with me. So we had a lot of cards that flew out of the deck here. So on the bottom of the deck, we have... So for overall energy on the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Cups in reversed. So if you've had your mind, if you're a person that you've had on your mind, if you feel like they've had multiple options to decide between, like maybe you guys aren't dating yet and you're just kind of talking and getting to know each other. So the Seven of Cups in reverse usually talks about deciding, making a final decision when you've had several options, or it could be you. Maybe you've had a lot of people or a couple of people that you were thinking about and were trying to figure out who you vibe with the best. Either you or them has come to the conclusion of who the winner is, so to speak. So in the heart of the spread here, we have the Three of Laurels in the reverse. That translates to the Three of Pentacles in reverse. This could be talking about a work situation. This could be talking about a person. So you're having a hard time collaborating either with someone or with something at your job. Everyone has different ideas and you're not on the same page as either the other people that you work with or talking about the person that you're interested in. So in the past here, so we've got the Page of Laurels. So that's new beginnings either in your health or your job life. It also talks about slower moving energy. And we've got the Moon card in the reverse. So that could talk about lies, deception, and delusion. Something either was being hidden from you, or you're seeing that somebody that you're thinking about definitely has two sides to them, and it's not in a good way. Like as if they're two different people, and it makes you question how real they are. And we've got the Sun card in the reverse, so this made you very unhappy. It could even be talking about a boss. It could be talking about a friend. It doesn't have to be romantic. And what you're going through right now, so we have the Death card. That is all about transformation, the dying of an old chapter and the birth of a new. And with that Four of Laurels, that's like the Four of Pentacles. So that could be talking about you're wisely trying to decide on where to invest your time, energy, and money into. You've been thinking a little bit more carefully and more conscientiously about, is this person, is this situation, or is this financial endeavor worth putting my investments into? I think it's talking about people. Could be romantically or friendship-wise. You're not being hateful, you're not being bitter, you're not being vicious towards the people that you felt were being fake or wronged you in some way. You're just not worrying about it, and you're talking, you're thinking about, all right, this is where it's worth investing my time and energy and love and happy feelings. These people are worth it. This is where I'm putting my energy into. These hobbies are worth it. This is what I'm putting my energy into. This financial situation seems like a sound investment and like it's worth it. This is where I'm investing my finances into. Four of Pentacles, Four of Laurels is all about thinking about where your investments are going. It also talks about holding back. It could be talking about hoarding as well. So maybe you feel like you're pulling back your energy because this person was holding back from expressing their feelings towards you, and you let it go. You gave it the chance to come out if it was gonna come out, and they didn't. They decided to hold back and hold they didn't want to express how they felt. You didn't diss them or, totally discard them. You just let it be, and you're not really thinking about it as much as you were. You're focusing your energy elsewhere. And as far as the future goes, so we've got the Six of Swords. That talks about moving on and moving forward and possibly going on a journey. It could be a trip, like you physically are gonna go somewhere, to another location, some type of vacation. It could be on a spiritual journey or just moving on from the situation in general. And we've got the Eight of Wands. That talks about communication coming through. So this person may reach out to you soon, or you may run into them and say, heck with it, I'm just gonna go ahead and express myself and just tell them like it is. No filter, no nothing, not being mean, but just being real with them. And finally, we've got the Three of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, exactly. You're tired of waiting around, or you got tired of waiting around and you just focused your energy elsewhere. So what actions is this person gonna take, if any? What actions is Piles 3 person gonna take? So we've got the Four of Wands and the upright. So that is the card of the door is open. So maybe they might actually be open about what you have to say if you decide to try to have a conversation with them. So if you do decide that you want to talk to them about the situation, approach, if I could talk today, approach it gently, but be honest with them. I feel like maybe they would be open to you talking to them about it if it's still worth saving. If it's gotten to the point where it isn't even worth it anymore, well, then it doesn't resonate and don't worry about it, let them fall off. But if you still care about the person and you feel like it might be worth saving, try to have a conversation with them. Could be friendship, could be romantic, you know your situation and what's going on. And can we get an outcome for pile 3? I feel like this one's yelling at me. Let's see which card we have here. Ooh, I like it. So we have the High Priestess. So the High Priestess talks about spiritual endeavors, intuition, divination, usually keeping your goals silent. I really think that for the outcome for you, pile 3, you're just gonna go about your business and do your thing, and you're not really gonna be expressive about your goals. And sometimes that's the smart thing to do. Keep your goals to yourself so that you don't have outside energy influencing anything. Do what you're gonna do, go on that spiritual quest. I think with that Six of Swords and with the High Priestess, maybe some of you are going on a spiritual journey. You're leveling up spiritually in some way. And I think that that's where your focus is gonna be. You're shutting down the outside noise, letting energy that doesn't resonate fizzle out and fade and drop off to the side, and you're coming into that High Priestess energy, whether you're male or female. This also could be talking about Cancer or Pisces energy as well. Either you or the person on your mind could have Cancer or Pisces somewhere significant in your chart, Sun, Moon, or Rising, sometimes even Venus. So I think that that's going to be what your focus is, and you're not really, I mean, you'll still care and think about that person from a distance maybe, but you've got other things going on, and you're keeping your goals to yourself for the most part. Alright, pile 3, that concludes your reading. I hope that resonated and, made sense for you. I hope you take advantage of this new moon and Aries energy with the fresh new beginnings and the freshness of spring and all that happy new beginnings energy. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your week and happy spring. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, pile 3.